Hey guys, I got a good one for you. Okay, just listen, Ready? Okay. Which type of bear is the most condescending? Okay, okay. I'll give you 2 seconds. One, two. A panda. Oh, that's some good shit right there. Welcome everybody back to Not Rich Just Bored, episode 28. I almost said 27, but it's not 27. It's 28. Last week was such a write-off that it was like I thought it. I didn't even remember recording the podcast last week, but this week I'm recording it early on um June 14th. Yes, June 14th. That's the one. I looked on my calendar. Yeah, I'm recording it on June 15th June 14th. Fuck me. Because I have a sushi date tomorrow with my daughter, so we're gonna do all you can eat sushi, and there's no way I'm gonna be able to do all you can eat sushi and function to do a podcast. That just will not work. I will be in heaven too. I will be too far up in heaven, and probably shitting my guts out, because that's usually what sushi does for me. I mean, well, when you eat all you can eat anyway, but yeah, that was pretty bad. That was honestly a pretty bad dad joke. Holy fuck, a panda. Wow. How far we've fallen. This podcast has gone by the wayside, apparently. Um, but anyways, yeah. How was your guys' week? Mine was pretty decent. Mostly was just working. Kind of hopefully a less stressful week than last week for you guys. I know for me it was fucking hell, but an interesting thing has happened in Canada. Apparently it looks like we're dropping the vaccine mandate for domestic and outbound international travel as of June 20th. Fruit fly just almost flew in my head. So that's kind of interesting. You know what? I honestly think this is just Justin Trudeau backpedaling on his whole, because he's been locking everything down, right? And he just got COVID apparently or whatever. He's all big on the fucking. He's fully sold on it, right? And I mean, don't get me wrong. You guys know, if you've listened to the podcast, you know me. It's real. I had it. It wasn't fun, but and there's some people having like adverse reactions. Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good thing. That's why we should be holding China accountable. But hey, that's just me. But, I know it's not a good thing. But do I think we should shut down the economy and everything? No. I think we fucked up on that one. I think we destroyed the world. And unfortunately, now we have to pick up the pieces. And, honest, hardworking people like me have to, have to repay the government, for all the CERB payments, and for basically for we have to repay and make up for everything that they lost because they decided to shut down the country. And I think it should have just been, if you want to work, work. If you want to stay home, stay home. That's how it should have been. But unfortunately, they kind of tied their hands on the issue, and yeah, so we were forced to do something that maybe we wouldn't have done regularly. Sorry, I just have to turn my phone off. What kind of amateur is this? There we go. I'm like the guy. There's been a couple of guys. If you guys have been watching Joe Rogan recently, there's been a couple of guys that have gone on there with their cell phone on. It's so funny. He gets so pissed off, but it's like, it does make sense. Like, if you're going, especially a podcast that big, turn your fucking phone off, dude. Like it's not hard to put it on silent. But anyways, so yeah, I think what it is it's just mostly the liberal government backpedaling on this stuff, because they realize that people are over it. They realize that people are starting to revolt. If they haven't gotten vaccinated yet, sorry, chances are they aren't. And that's good, because that's their choice. Let them do what they want. If they die, they die. If they live, they live, you know? That's how it goes. We make our own choice in this life. So, that shouldn't have ever been an issue. Because, trust me, when I say that, the unvaccinated population is not affecting the vaccinated population at all. I'm fully vaccinated, and I still got COVID. So, obviously, you could still get it no matter what. So, whatever. Hopefully, when I got it, the vaccination helped me, and I had a more mild, version thanks to the vaccine. Hopefully, and hopefully I don't get an adverse reaction from the vaccine. 10, 15 years down the road. So, but it was my choice. I chose to take it. I got red pilled, or is it blue pilled? I can't remember. I'm not a huge Matrix fan, but I think it's. If you take the vaccine, you're blue pilled, because I think the red pill is the one that you want to take to break out into reality. But either way, they're dropping the mandates, which is good, because that's also just pissing people off. Now, if they just want to get the inflation problem over with, that'd be great, because a lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck and getting fucked hard, getting fucked by everything. I don't know. And I know people who listen to every episode, you're probably fucking sick and tired of me talking about it. And honestly, I'm a little sick and tired of it. I get it. But I have to drive the point home. It's not fucking fair that, like, people working full-time jobs can't get anything. You can't get anywhere. You know what I mean? It's like you can have a modest, like, if you're working a full-time job and you're an honest, hard worker, you should be able to afford a house and a modest house, a modest car, and have a family. Have a dog, whatever you want, whatever floats your boat. You should be able to do that. But the way it's set up right now with inflation and everything, it's fucked up. Like you can't do anything. It's really fucking depressing, and I'm hoping I can make a video about it at some point. I do want to make a video targeted at our prime minister, as well as hopefully our future prime minister, Pierre Poilievre. Why does every fucking guy have to have a stupid last name that's hard to pronounce? Like, I should Google it sometime, but like, I'm gonna Google it right now. How do you say Pierre Poilievre? Is it Poilievre? Poilievre? Okay, yeah. So Pierre, that's right, Pierre Poilievre. Oh, okay. Wait, does it actually pronounce it here? Okay, hold on. Let's try this.
Pierre Poilievre.
Pierre Poilievre. Okay, let's go slow motion.
Pierre Poilievre.
Pierre Poilievre. That's funny. Okay, one more time.
Pierre Poilievre.
That's awesome. You guys should be able to see that, because this thing is recording the system sounds as well. Okay, back to I'm okay to do the normal speed now.
Pierre Poilievre.
Pierre Poilievre. Okay, that's good. That's easy. There's literally a YouTube video. It was in 2020. Somebody released a video how to pronounce Pierre Poilievre. That's hilarious. Okay, oh wait, whoa. There's a bunch of them. There's like fucking four. Who needs a minute-long video? That's the thing, man. Like, there's so many like YouTube people that need to take like a sliver out of my notebook, which is like just get to the fucking point. Like when I did my Elden Ring videos on my Codeman channel, obviously it wasn't on the Not Rich Just Bored channel, but I did some Elden Ring guides on the old code manliness. Look at it. Let me look it up here. Yeah, that's not. I haven't even been on my channel for a long time because I haven't updated. I haven't uploaded at all. Um, yeah, they did okay for views, but it was like they're like 5 minutes long, 4 minutes long, 1 minute, 4 minute. Like it was all like the worst thing I hate when it comes to like, especially when it relates to um when it relates to like guides or walkthrough videos. I fucking hate when people, when I go to click on, say I don't know, you're looking for an achievement in the game or something, how to do it. And then you click on a video. It's like, how to do this achievement. It's like, okay, good. We got this achievement. And then the first 10 minutes of the video is like, hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to fucking hit the like button and you piece of shit. And do this and do that and suck my fucking wiener. It's like, Jesus Christ. Just get to the goddamn point. Like, you're doing it, they just they're trying to squeeze out that the feature length finish line to get that old ad revenue, but it's like YouTube doesn't work like that anymore, guys. Okay, it's not fucking 2012. It's just about retention and clicks. You don't need to hit that 15-minute finish line. But, anyways, let's exit off that. That's been past. But yeah, hopefully. See, that's what I mean by I should be doing a podcast. It's the ADD. You get fucking thrown around everywhere. You're on one subject, and you're on the next, and you're on this. Hey, just stay focused, son. Stay focused. But yeah, when Pierre gets in, Pierre Poilievre, as I just learned how to say properly, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully he can fix this fucking mess, and that's why Trudeau, I think, is backing off on the mandates, is because he knows that, like, people are sick of him. He knows people are sick of this shit, and that they're gonna be, moving on to the next candidate. Because I'm noticing a trend of even the people that like voted for him, even the people that are hardcore liberals, are starting to be like, "What the fuck is this guy doing? He's kind of a idiot, to be honest." And it's really good. And ever since I've been looking more into like botting and stuff, and like just Twitter bots and shit like that, right? So I've opened my mind to like botting in general and how to spot it. And I kind of looked into some of these people because there's always, I don't know what it is, but anytime Justin Trudeau, he is overwhelmingly hated, especially in the West. Yet, whenever he posts on social media, it's always positive. Always, the reaction is always, it's always like thumbs up and heart reactions on Facebook, and sometimes laughing, sometimes, but most of the time it's like just likes and hearts, and the top comments are always like, "We love you, you're best prime minister, you're the best thing for this country," and it's always like, and I'm like, this is so weird. But then when I started to look into some of these accounts, I've been paying attention lately, and they're fucking bots. They're all fake bot accounts that are just, you can tell they're fake because they don't respond to anybody. They don't post anything personal. They just post like, things that are inflammatory, or they'll, post support for a certain person, and so I think honestly, like, the liberal government, like Trudeau's government in general, I think they're botting accounts on Facebook and Twitter just to make it seem like it's better than it is. I think if you took the real statistics, it'd be overwhelmingly negative. I guarantee anybody on this side of the planet anyway, on this side of the No. The fuck is Canada? Province? No. Continent? Country. Fuck me. Holy fuck. See, this is what happens, you know? This has to be my full time job. I have to wake up and then just sit, sit in the chair and do the podcast. I can't fucking work all day and then try to do a podcast. It's just like my brain's done for the day. It checked out days ago. But, anyways, we got the, you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that, but I think their body counts and it's fucking stupid. But another thing happened was, I guess Todd Howard of old Bethesda, good old Toddy Howard, he announced that they're working on Fallout 5. Ooh, pretty cool, Todd. Thanks for the news, but how about that Elder Scrolls 6 though, buddy? Like, how long has it been? It's been like 2011, so yeah, it's already 11 years and they haven't released another Elder Scrolls game. And again, people are gonna say it, so I gotta defend it. The Elder Scrolls Online does not fucking count as an Elder Scrolls game, okay? I don't give a fuck. I understand there's lots of reference in there. There's lots of reference material and like there's lots of callbacks to the games and characters and tie-ins and blah blah blah. But you know what? I don't want to fucking hear it. All right? Cuz a real Elder Scrolls game it's a single player experience and it the Elder Scrolls Online just for me it just doesn't do it. That the inventories it's a shitty MMO. It just is. I don't like it at all. I don't I played it for I think a month and that was recently too. That's when it's been updated when it's been like people say it's pretty good now. And like I look at it and I'm like this is just a shitty MMO with like pay to win mechanics. And it's just it's a fucking sad excuse. And it really does suck cuz a lot of their lore and stuff is interesting and there's stuff that, is canon, but I can't bring myself to play the game cuz it's just shitty. It's not good. It's not good. I think the best MMO on the market right now is probably Final Fantasy 14. And I've never played it, but it just from what I've heard from other people it's good and it's not very much pay to win at all. It's you can just get the base edition of the game and have a good time. And that's what a lot of MMOs used to be like. But they've like I can't do it. I can't deal with I'm too old. I can't get sucked into an MMO again. I played Diablo Immortal for what it's worth. It's fun, but I'm not like that crazy dedicated. And there's a chance I might return on Dragonflight for WoW, maybe. But honestly, I can't see myself logging in hours like I used to. It's when you realize the formula of MMOs, you just realize that you could be doing a lot more shit with your time to be a lot more productive. It is good once in a while. Like I said, I played WoW Classic and it was fun and it was nostalgic and to shut off your brain and just kind of play an MMO for a few hours, it was good for that, but I just I don't know. It just to me my time is too valuable to put in time in those games that just ah, again they just and it's not as bad for WoW because WoW didn't have any source material. It just had Warcraft, like Warcraft 1 to 3, the story from those, but it was a real time strategy game, and then they made an MMO based on the lore of Warcraft. Whereas Elder Scrolls, it was strictly a game series, a first person game series. Well, and you could do third person, but in Morrowind and Beyond, you could do third person, but it was strictly that. And then the MMO, they basically tried to reuse the same thing, but then they had to put the MMO touch on it, because in an MMO, you can't just have free form combat. We're just not there for technology. You can't have free form combat where I'm literally sword fighting and there's hundreds of enemies and I'm literally sword fighting, because it just doesn't work with latency and everything. It wouldn't be fair. That's why they have to do like the abilities. So there has to be like, and that's all it is. You go up to a group of enemies, you have 3 fucking attacks that you use over and over and over again, and that's what you do. And it's just, I don't know, for me, the Elder Scrolls experience is just so much more than that. It's so much funner when you're getting skills up, when you're leveling up, when you're putting your attributes up, and it's not like little skill bars where I use 1, 2, 3. I don't even remember I don't remember the class I used in Elder Scrolls Online. I don't remember, but again, it looked fun at first, but then after a while, it was just, yeah, you were just doing the same 3 attacks over and over again, and I don't know. It just wasn't this. It wasn't the same as playing a real Elder Scrolls game. So I don't know. I think Todd needs to. They need to release something on that, because I'm getting worried. And over the weekend, I was disc golfing and hanging out with my buddy Justin Sortkira, as well as Ryan, the co-host, who hasn't been out for 3 weeks because he's abandoned me. No, that's because I had to do a quick episode last week. Sorry, Ryan. Didn't mean to cut you out like that. But either way, we were all disc golfing with my brother, and we chilled at the lake afterwards, so we were just kind of, 4 dudes shitting around. And we were just talking about like games and the way gaming's going, and that the one game we were talking about was the Elder Scrolls 6, and how like we're very worried about it because it doesn't like, I don't know, it doesn't bode well. Just the way every move that Bethesda has been making, from Elder Scrolls Online to the Creation Club on Skyrim and Fallout 76, it doesn't seem likely that the Elder Scrolls 6 will be very good. Like, don't get me wrong, again, it'll be good, but I'll bet you it's going to have a lot of flaws. It's going to be really simplified, and it's just not going to be the same game. And how could a game live up to 11 years of hype? You know what I mean? I mean, just ask our good friend Duke Nukem how that worked out for him. Because, that was like, yeah, 13 years of hype or something? 12? I think it was 12 years. Yeah, because I'm trying to remember what Duke says, because I think Duke says, after 12 fucking years, it should be good. But, yeah, I don't know. I really don't think that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to live up to its hype. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it does. But, who knows? um, but apparently Todd announced Fallout 5. Well, sorry, he didn't announce. He said, we're working on it. But who knows? They're also working on the Elder Scrolls 6, so that could mean, it could be years away. We really don't know. But there is another game, though, that I'm sure you guys know. It's called Starfield. And it's another Bethesda. It's a new IP. It's one of their new IPs. And it's going to be coming out, I think, this year or next year. I know it got delayed. Let me look. Um, yeah, set to launch on November 11th this year. Which was Skyrim's release date, like 12. 11 years ago. But now they're saying it's going to be the first half of 2023. Interesting. But the people on Google, it says people also ask, will Starfield be like Skyrim? Speaking to the Washington Post, Todd Howard said Starfield is like Skyrim in space. It will feature factions with
Charge complete.
Holy fuck. God damn it. I gotta be careful. I don't know if you guys heard that through the system sounds or not, but the charge was complete on my headset. It just jump scared the fuck out of me. God, I hate these. There's gotta be a way to turn off the voice on this stupid thing. But then how will I know if it's charged? But either way, that's hilarious. But yeah. No, he said it's gonna be Skyrim in space. Again, so that's another game that we were talking about on the weekend, is that, you know, everybody's hyped up for Starfield. And to be honest, it does sound good. It really does. But the only problem I have with it, because they were talking that there are thousands of explorable planets. That's what they were saying. Now, look, listen, guys. You know me. I'm all for detail in games. That's what I like. I like detail. I like little details. I like fine polish on a game. Like a game like Morrowind. Oh, fuck, I love that game. Like, that's polish. That's what I want in a game. Games like that are fine-tuned, they're polished. It might not be the biggest map in the game, like in the world. You know, it might not be, I don't know what the biggest world map is right now to date, but, you know, it might be a smaller map, but it's nicer. There's more detail. You could tell there's an artist that worked on it. They put their heart and soul into it, and, oh, excuse me. And, you know, it was all done by, holy fuck, I got the hiccups around me. You know, I don't know how to say this, but it's just like, you could tell when it's done by somebody, and they did it by hand, and they put a lot of thought into it, you know? So here's my problem with Starfield. If there's really thousands of planets to explore, like they say there will be, then there's no way that they could be interesting. There's no way. And I've had friends disagree with me, and that's fine. You can have your own opinion. I don't give a shit. To each their own. But I'm telling you, there's no way you can have a space game with thousands of planets and have every single one be interesting and enthralling. To me, if you said there's 1,000 planets, I'm thinking of RNG, like random number generator. That's what it is. I'm saying that it's an AI that's creating all these planets. And they might have access to your texture packs. You know, well, not might, they will. They will have access to your textures and all that shit, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. There's no way an AI can create all those planets and make them interesting. You know, am I going to have an interesting main quest on every single planet? Every 1,000 of these planets. Was there 1,000 designers? You know what I mean? Was there 1,000 designers that made each and every one of these planets? And they made it themselves and like put their personal touch on it? Or is it just some stupid thing that was, you know, mass produced by an artificial intelligence, and then, you know, they slap some random mobs on it, or whatever the monsters are going to be in this game? You know what I mean? There's no way there's going to be 1,000 planets with 1,000 unique quest lines with 1,000 different aliens. That's not going to happen. There's no fucking way. That is too ambitious. And if it comes out and that's true, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. But I just think there's a lot of people, there's a lot of hype involved. I'm not personally on the hype train for this game, because I don't get hyped about games anymore because that just leads to disappointment. I'm just being a realist, and I'm telling you, from a realist standpoint, if you have 1,000 planets in a game like that, there's no way. There's absolutely no way that they were all handcrafted by a person and made interesting. And there's no way they all have unique quest lines. Again, it'll be randomly generated NPCs, and they'll be like, I need you to get 30 ore from the bottom of this mine, or whatever. I don't know nothing. I know nothing about Starfield. I haven't really looked into anything. I watched the one trailer, it looked kind of cool. But ultimately, I don't know the story. I don't know, what you're going to be doing in the game. I don't know, like, if you're going to be fighting, if you're going to be. I don't know. I just haven't looked much into it. But that's how I roll. And people who know me, they know that. They know that I like to go into these games kind of blind, There are certain games where I'll watch a bunch of stuff on them if I'm hyped or whatever. But for the most part, I like to go in blind because I find they give away too much in the source material, ahead of time. But anyways, I don't know. That's my thoughts on Starfield because I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm not saying it's gonna be bad, but I'm saying like the expectation. I'd rather have it take place on one planet that was polished with an interesting storyline and interesting parts everywhere than the novelty of going to thousands of planets, but they're all just reskins of the same planet essentially, made by AI. And I hope you guys get what I'm saying, because there is definitely a difference between, there's a difference between playing something handcrafted and then something that's just RNG, just randomly generated. And my buddy there, he brought up the point of Minecraft. He's like, well, Minecraft is all procedurally generated like that, so it does work. And I'm like, yes, it does work. I'm not saying procedural generation doesn't work, because it does. But again, it's all random to a degree, But a game like Minecraft, that's okay. It works perfectly because you just keep moving and it's all randomly generated. It's perfect because the game is built around it. But it's not like you're going to a bunch of different planets and then, oh, it's another Minecraft planet. It's just the procedural generation is random, but it just keeps building the world as you walk around. So, that there is a difference there. Whereas, because it's always going to be Minecraft, it's always going to be the same shit. Whereas, this whole ambitious Starfield thing, there's going to be thousands of planets. But I don't think they're supposed to be all, quote unquote Minecraft planets, Because that would be fucking boring. If you got in your spaceship and you went to another planet and it was the exact same biomes and shit as the first planet you were on and the same creatures and everything, what would be the point of that? What's the point of going to other planets at that point? But, if it was like every unique planet with unique quests, unique quest lines, unique creatures, yeah, that would be fucking cool. But that's not realistic. That's not realistic at all. So, especially if you have thousands. If you have thousands of planets, has to be an AI. Has to be randomly generated somehow. But I don't know. I don't mean to be a bummer to you guys, but I hope I'm wrong, but chances are I'm probably right. And as far as, yeah, back to the whole MMO thing, like, Fallout 76 was fucking stupid. And I feel the same way about that game as I do about um, Elder Scrolls Online. I just think it's a watered down, pay to win, shitty version of a fucking masterpiece game. And there was a lot of people that didn't like Fallout 4, but I thought Fallout 4 was one of the best ones. Like my all-time favorite one is definitely New Vegas. Hands down, you can't beat New Vegas. That game is just too good. Uh, as far as the story goes and like the factions and everything, it's just a really fun, and that has a really small map too. They put a lot of content. See, and that's the thing that just literally proves my point about how it's a concise map. It's smaller than any of the other Bethesda game maps, I think. But they put a lot of fucking effort into that map and they put a lot of shit into it. There's a lot of polish, a lot of cool things, a lot of neat things to find. All the DLCs were really cool and interesting. And it was just, oh, gosh, so good. But then, Fallout 4, a lot of people shit on. And there were some stupid things that I didn't like. The settlements were okay, but I thought they were a little bit eh. Like, basically, I don't know. They just didn't interest me that much. And the building was kind of kind of shitty. But again, it was still a fun game and it functioned the best. The mechanics worked the best. Like the way you shot, the guns reacted, the way everything worked, the sights, the building the guns was fun. I thought the power armor was really cool. The idea that it's like an exoskeleton that you put on. I think that actually perfectly explains power armor. But they did kind of throw by the wayside the whole idea of power armor being like something you train in. Like in all the other Fallout games, you had to get trained to use power armor, which I think should have still been a thing in Fallout 4. But I mean, whatever. It is what it is. At the end of the day, they kind of the power armor is like the poster boy of all of the Fallout. You look at any of the Fallout games, the cover art, it's always a dude in the T56B power armor or whatever. It's always that because that's always the poster boy, and that's usually the best armor in the game is some form of power armor. But I really liked one of my favorite things about Fallout 4 was I'd always build my house at the settlement, but then I'd have like a garage next to my house, and I'd have like the fucking Tony Stark power armor thing, where it's like an Iron Man thing. I'd have like a bunch of every exoskeleton I found. I'd have them all lined up in a row with lights on them, and then I'd have them painted or whatever I had to do with them, and you know, usually I only used my one suit, which was usually the Exo One, which was the best power armor you could get. If I had to use power armor, that's the one I'd use. But it was just cool to keep a whole garage, and you know, I don't know. I just felt like Iron Man. It was kind of badass. But yeah, as far as it goes, though, I really liked Fallout 4. I think the main story was fun, but it was a little bit like there were some parts of it that were kind of stupid, and the whole your son thing was just weird. I don't know. I didn't really like that part of it. The main story to me was the weakest part. But yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun in that game, so I'm excited to see where they go with Fallout 5. We probably won't see it for another. I'm guessing I'm guessing we won't see it till like probably 2025. At the 2025 would be the earliest. Oh, I just spit on my monitor. Gross. I've been eating a lot of spits lately. I've been fucking obsessed. This is a random tangent, but I'm serious. Like, I'll go through like it'll be like 2 years probably, and I won't have spits. And if you don't know what spits are, they're sunflower seeds. I don't know where everybody's listening from, but I'm sure they're big in America too, as well as Canada. But in Canada, yeah, there's Spits and there's off brands and shit. But oh god, like they're so fucking good. I can't control myself. Oh my god. Okay, I've been scratching this mosquito bite on my arm all day. Another random tangent. Hello, ADD. Um, and now I just made myself bleed. Fuck. Well, I guess I'm getting blood on the keyboard today. But anyways, yeah, we've been so my latest hyperfixation has been um I've been going hard on disc golf. And for those of you that don't know what disc golf is, it's basically in layman's terms it's frisbee golf. You're basically throwing frisbees uh over long distances and then getting them into baskets on courses. And but they're called discs, not frisbees in disc golf. Got to use the proper terms. But it's something that my buddy Swordkeer there, Justin, he was into it, and he's like, "You guys gotta play." And I played Ultimate Frisbee. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna take a drink of water here. Oh, there we go. But yeah, he was like, "You guys gotta play sometime." And I'm like, well, I used to play Ultimate Frisbee with my friend Jamie. Shout out to Jamie. And that was fun when I played with her. But there was always this one guy that when we were playing that, there's always this guy that would walk around, and he was disc golfing, and he'd be like, "You guys should play." So I guess finally I'm getting to it this year after everybody's been telling me to, and basically got hyper focused, got fucking obsessed with it. It's like a weekend. I think we're about 2 weeks in now, and I've got a bag and I've got a bunch of discs, and I'm learning. Like, I'm always watching YouTube videos and other shit, like learning about like the stability of the discs, and oh, it's just so fun. I can't believe, like, it's something so simple, but I couldn't believe how much you get into it, how fun it is. And there's also an application for your phone called UDisc, which you can track your scores, and it's really cool. It'll track like not only your score, but it'll track um like it'll track your, yeah, you can keep track of your score and your scorecard, but also like what it shows you nearby courses, what course you're playing on. It'll show you the record for that course that somebody set on a UDisc app. Like, there's all these statistics on there. You can, if you want to watch like the pros play, it'll tell you when the professionals are playing. Which I don't know if that's streamed or on TV. Oh, fuck me, my arm's bleeding like a sip. Um, but yeah, I don't know where that's streamed exactly or anything, but you could watch it. There's a link to it in the app, and but my favorite thing is that you can compare with your friends. So when I go onto the um when I go onto the UDisc app, I can look at my buddies and look at games they've played recently, records they've set, their farthest throw. Like, it's all done with analytics, like Google, like the tracking on your phone, like your location and stuff. So, and you could hook it up to your fitness application, and then it'll show you how many steps you did during a round. It's fucking sweet. Uh oh, sorry, I just got a text. Uh, I'm just gonna text him right now. Just doing the podcast. Uh, Talk soon. There we go. But sorry about that, folks. But hold on a minute there, brother. But yeah, you can track your scores, and I think that honestly, I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but I think the app is what makes it funner for me, because it's just part of human nature. When there's competition, it sparks that flame in you. So competing against friends, and my calories and stuff, and how much, because I'm trying to lose weight because I'm a fat fuck. So, I'm keeping track of all that stuff, like my weight and calories and distance I've walked and everything. And it's like it's exciting. It's like when Joe Rogan said he would do that sober October thing with the Whoop strap, which tracks everything that you do basically. He would do sober October challenges with his buddies, and it's like you get really into it, and I understand that now because I'm like, yeah, like when you could see live stats on there, and like you can use UDisc free, but I got the pro version because I want to save all my scores. You can only save 10 scores on the free version, but the pro version, honestly, guys, it's $20 a year, Canadian. So that's about what? That's a what? $6 American. Oh, speaking of that, I gotta say this real quick. Speaking of fucking exchange rates, those fucking pricks. So I got my new computer RAM, as I told you guys, um, from Corsair under warranty, but because I was using the RAM before I sent mine back, like the old shitty stuff, they had to put a hold on my credit card, and they held like $230 American, so which was about 303 Canadian, and when they refunded me, because they finally refunded me, they only refunded like $280 or $283. I'm like, what the fuck? But it's because of the exchange rate. I'm like, well, that's fucking sleazy, you cunts. I'm like, they're like, oh, we refunded you exactly the amount that we put on hold. I'm like, yeah, in American though. I'm like, but apparently the dollar must have fluctuated in that time, because they did. It says they refunded me the whole amount in American, but obviously it's worth less in Canadian right now. So I'm like, so I just like sent them an angry email. I'm like, hey, listen, motherfuckers. I'm like, that was a hold just to guarantee that I would send a RAM back to you. I'm like, you need to fucking pay me the rest of that money. I don't give a shit about the exchange rate or whatever. You guys fucking owe me. So I don't know. That's, again, it's only $20, but guys, with the inflation and shit, I need every dollar I can get. Trust me. All right? I'm not rich, just bored. Fuck, that was a cool segue there. But yeah. So yeah, you guys should definitely, if you have a local course, download the UDisc app. And again, for me, I started with a $20. I started with a 20. Was it 20? No, $40. It was a $40 set of disc golf from uh Sport Check, and that got me hooked. And then I bought some real. If you're in Canada, I would highly recommend Ace Runners. They're a Canadian brand, and they're really awesome. They they ship really fast to Canada, and they have they just have really good quality discs, and there's no question about it when you order them. They tell you they have the disc, and then they have them on the scale in the pictures, so it shows you exactly how much they weigh, so you know exactly what weight you're getting. You can choose your color, and then what type of disc it is. Whether it's a driver, a mid range, or a putter. So it's I highly recommend everybody to just get out there and try it, even if you just buy a used set secondhand. I'm sure you can find somebody. I already have some coworkers that are like, "You went disc golfing? Was it fun?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it was pretty fucking fun." So everybody, there's a few people that want to go with me. So, and I'm cool with that. I want everybody to go out and disc golf. I think it's so fucking fun, and it's addicting, and just the best part is it's free to play. Like, I mean, obviously you buy your discs and all that shit, but like if you want to go for a round of golf, you know, like I don't know, it depends on the course, but our local course here, it's like, you know, $40 to $50 a person, probably, plus cart rental. You know, you can get your membership for the whole summer for like I don't even know what it is. It's probably 500 to 1,000. I'd say I don't know, to be honest though. I'm just guessing based on the other price. But I don't golf enough to go that.
Charge
Oh,
complete.
Jesus Christ! That fucking thing. Fuck off. Thing scared the shit out of me again. Get jump scared by the AI lady that lives in my headset. But yeah, I don't know. I don't golf, but again, I like golf, like regular golf. It's fun, but I don't do it enough to justify getting a membership. And who could afford that membership right now with this fucking inflation shit? But either way, I yeah, I I I just like the idea that you can go. And sometimes you gotta wait for people on the course, and or if it's built around a park, you gotta watch out. If people are chilling out, you don't want to hit them with a disc or something. So, but for the most part, it's just free. You go out there, the weather's nice, go throw some discs. It's fine. But yeah, that's really all I had for you guys. Ryan should be back next weekend, or next week. He should be on, and yeah, we'll have a rootin' tootin' time. I hope you guys have a good week. I just bought a DSLR, so I'm pretty pumped about that. I'm gonna hopefully, um, get into um do some more YouTube videos. There's some YouTube stuff I want to do. Like I might make another channel for Not Rich Just Bored, kind of expand the brand, because it's starting as a podcast, but I think it has potential to do it to delve into other fields that I'm interested in, and I just yeah, I think I could make it a brand and not just a podcast, which would be really neat. But yeah, there was well, I there's a funny story here. Because they were doing the Pride thing. It's Pride Month, right? So they were doing the Pride. Um, my my baby mama was doing her Pride thing with her friends, where they were going to sell, I don't know, tinsel in their hair or something, a bunch of rainbow stuff, right? Which I'm like, come on. I'm like, is Pride about pride, or is it about spreading awareness of LGBTQ plus, or is it about scamming fucking gay people out of their money to buy a bunch of rainbow shit? Like, fuck, I don't know. To me, to me, a lot of the pride stuff has been kind of taken away from. It's devolved into capitalism, right? It's like, hey, we just print some rainbow shit on stuff. Let's go sell it, and they'll buy it because it's fucking Pride Month. But either way, she was getting ready to go for um Pride Month, and her friend looked at me and was like, hey Cody, are you going, are you coming to the Pride Festival? And I'm like, oh, absolutely. Yeah, I got my 6-shooter and I just need to find my lynching rope. And I don't, she just kind of like looked at me like, I'm like, for fuck's sake, it's a joke. Like, Jesus Christ. It's so funny because, like, when you're a guy like me and you have a mind of a comedian, it's like, you just don't care. You always go for the laugh. You always go for the joke. And the more shocking, the better, right? So I was just laughing and I'm like, she knows I'm joking, right? I'm like, well, I guess I hope so anyway, but I don't know. Listen, guys, you gotta be able to laugh at yourself, okay? You gotta, you know. And I think the pride stuff's important and all that, but it's just you gotta have an open mind and be able to joke about it, you know? And come on, like how much like it's a joke, but it's kind of serious at the same time. Like, how much rainbow stuff can you buy before, you've made awareness? So I don't know. Either way, happy Pride Month. And I will see you guys in the next episode of the podcast. Don't forget to follow us on all social media. Links are in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next episode. Peace.